tonight's stream. Yo, welcome. What's up? This is gonna be this is gonna be one of our as you noticed on this stream. Let me start there. Season 1, episode 30 out of 33. What is that? So folks, we started these streams on April. Let me keep this. No. We started these streams on April 1st, right? A lot of you have been with us throughout that entire time. However, we are slowly coming to a close. We are coming to the end of season 1 of daily streams. So we have a few more streams left, right? Today is episode 30, which is its 30th April. In total, we'll do about 33 streams, okay? But before that, what's up, Anish? We are in quarterfinals, bro, and you are the first comment. Namaste. Hello, Akshit. Hello, Kashvi, Aryan. Iran, bro. What's up, Iran? What's up? By the way, for folks who missed yesterday's amazing synchronous moment, please check that out. Maybe we'll clip it at some point. I don't know if it'll make a good clip. But Aryan, or should I say Iran, won yesterday's stream. We had a crazy moment where I was like, can you guess what I'm about to drink? And literally the package said Aryan on it. That was crazy. So for that, Aryan won a free NFT last night. We said we will be sharing something with Aryan. This is what we did. Aryan won one of these free NFTs. So Aryan is now one of the owners of this NFT, which makes it, I think we have only 10 remaining, out of which we're going to be giving away one on tonight's stream. So stick around for that. And then I think we'll only have 9 or 8 remaining, assuming I keep one for myself, which I do want to do. So killer stuff happening. This season finale is slowly building up to really cool levels. What's up, everyone? What's up, Ananya and Sajad? Hello, Gaurav. What's up? Today's stream, we're going to be talking about the metaverse. Now, a lot of you, right from season 1, one second. Let me make my audio a little bit more crispy. So, right from episode 1, we've been teasing this idea of the metaverse. We've been talking about the metaverse this whole time, except maybe not in direct terms. So today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going a little deeper. We're going to be defining for you what exactly does it mean to live in the metaverse, how or what or when is the metaverse. We'll talk about that today. We'll go into depth about the metaverse. Today might just be, for a lot of you, I think for most of you, the first time that we discuss the metaverse in so much depth, because we've only talked about one part of it, 2 parts of it here and there. Today, since we are getting closer to a series finale, we're going to be putting all of this together. Okay? And, this is amazing. Vipul is joining our stream from VR, bro. That is killer. That is killer. Vipul, you picked the perfect episode, okay, to do so, because we are talking about the metaverse. What's up? So, let's jump into it. Let's jump into today's session. This is not going to be a VR stream, but we're going to be talking about the metaverse, which most people think metaverse means Ready Player One, right? It's a common misconception. However, it's a good mental picture to have before getting into it, because Ready Player One, for those of you who haven't watched it, check it out. Cool movie. It talks about the metaverse in this kind of way where the real world that we live in is all of these containers. It's like poverty, whatever, things are not great. But you can now plug on this very realistic headset with this very realistic, maybe even a bodysuit, and enter the metaverse. And now this is a totally different universe that exists as a layer on top of our universe, right? And you can enter with this in super, super high fidelity VR, do tasks, earn money, make friends in that metaverse. So that's a great movie, and it's great because most people already have some intuitive idea of what's going to happen. However, most people don't realize this, that you don't need VR to be part of the metaverse. Another thing people don't realize is that the metaverse is not something which is in the future. The metaverse is now. The metaverse exists. We are already living in the metaverse. Okay? Let's talk about how. You might be wondering, dude, how the fuck am I in the metaverse and I didn't even know about it? You might be wondering. So, for today's video, this is sort of the article we're going to be reviewing. I am not going to be reading the article. However, this is one of the best resources I've found. This is by Foundation. Okay. Let me just grow this here. This is by Foundation. It's this article called Everything You Need to Know About the Metaverse. Imagine an internet that's owned and operated collectively, supported by community, and independent of corporate control. If that doesn't get you excited, yo, what does, right? That's killer. We're potentially talking about a new internet. A new internet, one that all of us watching the stream are very, very early to compared to the rest of the world. Today, we're going to be talking about this, but before that, before we enter, I want to ask you all a question, right? I want to ask you all a question, which is, who owns the internet? I want to hear your answers. I want to hear this in the comment. Meanwhile, let me just clear my chashme, bro. Who owns the internet? Have you ever thought about that? Right? If you think about the internet as a place, let's say, who's the landlord? Think about this, okay? Think about this. How will you answer this question? Because there is not one answer about this. There's no one answer to this, right? Depending on which angle you look at it at, depending on which perspective you see, depending on how much you know about the internet, answers are going to be very different. But I want to ask you, who owns the internet? And let's get a few answers rolling. We are already in the metaverse. We are indeed in the Br Metaverse. Definitely. Also, I have this cap which actually does match. It matches with my 10K designers hoodie. Check this out. This is our cohort 3 artwork by Drove You Mad, Dhruv. Very coincidentally, Dhruv dropped his first NFT last night. Let me real quick show you all this. Dhruv is, of course, the designer, the dude who made this artwork for cohort 3 of 10K designers. But Dhruv is also one of my favorite artists. I've been following Dhruv for like a while now, maybe a year or two, maybe more. Dhruv has worked on some killer projects, bro. Check this out. Some of my... Dude, I can just say no one comes close, bro. Absolutely love Dhruv's work. Let me show you all some early stuff that I really enjoyed. Okay, this is one of my favorites. The Yeezy Bira Sholay Cinema. Neo Bharat, love that name. Besides that, let me show you some more work. This is really funny. The Sweet Phantom cigarettes. Dude, there's some really funny stuff, man. Like this one, for example. Ed Yor with the Maruti 800. This is really, really good. Like, yeah, I don't know what the best way to describe it is. I'll just say Dhruv has a style that literally no one else comes close, bro. So check this out. I think you will find Supreme Garam Masala. You will find a lot of interesting stuff here. I especially also like the Aadhaar cards. I really want to modify my Aadhaar card for this, but I'll show you real quick. This was really funny. Dabur Chyawanprash. Um, the Parle G. G for motherfucking genius. Scoot. Let me real quick show you all the Aadhaar card, and then I'll tell you why I'm showing you this. Dhruv has also done a lot of artwork for a lot of really, really cool hip hop artists. So a lot of says on the beat artworks, album artwork as well as videos are done by Dhruv. So beautiful, man. I'm so glad I was able to get this, number one. But number two, I just copped a new piece by Dhruv. Okay, it's too far back, the Aadhaar cards. But anyway, I'm sure you guys can find it. Check it out. There's some cool, easy Aadhaar cards here. Like these. Hype. Aam Aadmi ka Adhikar. 100%, bro. So, this is what I copped from Dhruv. Just earlier today, Dhruv dropped his first NFT. Here we go. Iconic 800. Maruti 800 with the Air Jordan yours, with really good music as well. That was also produced by Dhruv. Let me play this for y'all. You can check it out later. I don't know if it'll play well on stream, but tangent. We went off on a tangent. I don't know, something with my stream. It's not playing, but I'll show you all this later. Was able to cop this from Dhruv, so thank you, Dhruv. Let's go. Let's see some answers, okay? Who owns the internet? Who owns the internet? Is it the cable companies? Think about this, okay? A lot of people will say, of course, we know internet is a network. It's a series of networks. It's networks. 1 second. It's a series of networks. It's built on top of each other. But one thing to understand is some people have the default. Some people will answer the lowest level, which is how deep can you go? And this usually comes down to the infrastructure companies, right? But I want you to think about this. Computing in general, computing is a series of abstractions, these layers that are built on top. So in the same way that if you are a front-end developer, for example, you don't really need to understand how zeros and ones work. You can live and work just in that level of abstraction, right? Similarly, if you're a back-end designer, like back-end developer, you don't need to know how the higher layers work. And this typically is referred to as the stack, right? A full stack developer typically is front-end and back-end, but there's an entire stack all the way down to your BIOS, your OS, your operating system, the apps and everything. So with the internet as well, you might think that it's the bottom layer which actually owns it, but that's not really true, in the sense that each layer has its own ownership of some part of the internet, right? Although the dependency exists on the bottom layer, it's not really owned. Let me give you a quick example of this. Telcos, okay? Telecom companies. Back in the day, they had these over-the-air services. OTA is, I think, what it was called. And back then, the only way you could download music, download these wallpapers and stuff like that was through them, right? So Vodafone would make money if you downloaded wallpapers and music. Today, there is a layer on top of that, which is the application layer in some ways, which is you can now download apps. So Facebook, for example, is the winner. Let's say one of the winners of that stack. The money that Facebook makes from their activities, from them running the service on that layer of the stack, Vodafone doesn't make that money, right? Despite the fact that Vodafone, or let's say any telecom operator, is needed for those layers to be built on top. One of the reasons Jio's move is very interesting is because not only are they building that infrastructure, but they are trying to take the applications on top of it, because they've realized that the money is not to be made in that layer anymore. That layer is old. There are these new layers that are born. So one advantage of growing up on the internet is, imagine if when you are using the internet, you would realize, oh fuck, like I have to understand the internet all the way from the back. I have to understand literally how HTTP protocols work. You don't. Today, when your parents use the internet, it's not like they need to understand the entire stack, how it works. They can just work in that top layer. So, the reason I was talking about all this is because when I say who owns the internet, technically there's no one entity that owns the internet. However, whichever is the dominant layer, there are players that are born. So, for example, when you look at the infrastructure side of things, we might be getting too technical, so I'll skip this. When you look at the infrastructure side of things, AWS is a huge player. So that layer of the stack is kind of owned by AWS because they power so much in that layer. But no one owns all these layers, right? What I want you to think about, one second. What I want you to think about is, today you spend so much time on the internet. Do you get rewarded for the time you spent? Do you get rewarded for the time you spent? Which is, you might get entertainment out of the time you spend. However, do you really, really get a reward? The fact is, today, companies make money from your data. That's not new. We all know this, right? And of course, there's a lot of misinterpretations. But what it basically means is, Facebook, Google, they want you to use it. They want you to spend your time, energy, effort, or let me just say time and energy using it, because they get more data about you and they can use this data to make money. But why can't you use your own data to make money? Why are they making the money off your data? Have you ever thought about that? With that, let's jump into today's session. Okay. We are going to talk about everything you need to know about the metaverse. This is an article by Foundation. It's called Enter the Metaverse. You can check this out. This is the link right here. But the premise is that, imagine an internet that's owned and operated collectively, supported by community, and independent of corporate control. As we move forward into the future, right? Or if you look at the last couple of years, we started spending more and more and more of our time online, right? Let me zoom in a bit. We spend more and more of our time online. And, digital spaces such as Discord, for example, is where we live, we work, we play, we create, we make new friends, right? However, it's a handful of companies that control these online spaces. Tomorrow, if Discord decides to shut down, there's nothing you can do about it, right? Or let's say you're playing a game. Let's say you are playing a game where you have a lot of in-game currency. You've spent 7 years playing this game, right? If anybody has some real examples, let me know in the chat. You spent a few years playing this game and you have a certain in-game currency or an in-game item. And suddenly the game company decides, hey, we're just removing this item from the store. And you spent maybe 7 years collecting, gathering, and building to that level. Can you do something about that? You can't. Why not? It's because the company, it's centralized. They have created these platforms, right? In the same way that, let's say you spend a lot of V-Bucks on Fortnite, buying a lot of stuff. Fortnite could stop supporting that at some point, and all that money you spent, it's not worth anything anymore. Like, those digital assets that you have in game are not useful. What if you could actually transfer those assets out to a different game, right? That's the gaming example. But another example would be Twitter, right? A lot of you are familiar with this. Not this. A lot of you are familiar with what happened to Jack Butcher recently. Jack Butcher, internet creator, right? NFT artist as well. He runs a bunch of these accounts, a lot of which got, he was able to get some of them back. But here's one account he had. It's called Value. Great fucking username, right? One word. It was suspended. The account was suspended. And there's nothing he can do about it, right? All the effort and time that he spent creating that, building an audience is gone. And he technically cannot appeal because it's almost like you're building this property, but you're building it on land that you don't own, that somebody else owns and can choose to do with it whatever they want. He, in other words, got motherfucking zucked, bro. He got zucked, okay? I love that zucked is the word for this. Whether it's Facebook or not, right? He got zucked, bro. So he got jacked. That's maybe a better one. Okay. If you're all facing lag, please refresh. It'll be back in a sec. Okay. So when we see this, we realize, hey, there are some problems to centralization. Problems like these, whether it's a gaming use case or something like this, which is a social media use case. You could get cancelled at any point, and there's nothing you can do about it. Think about Alex Jones. Alex Jones he built a huge audience, and he wasn't able to do much with that because he got banned on all platforms. It also feels like YouTube is trying to cancel me. the minute the minute I started talking about this, YouTube suddenly decided to lag, right? Conspiracy theory or just a coincidence? You decide. Okay? Conspiracy theory or coincidence? You decide. But those are some of the problems with centralization. However, so far, we haven't had a good solution to this. Right? People are like, build your own Twitter. But bro, everybody's on Twitter. Everybody's already on Twitter. I can't build my own Twitter. Right? People won't come to my new Twitter. People have attempted it, but none of them have really worked. Right? Network effects are really, really strong with these existing examples, existing platforms. So I think I'm back. Just let me know confirmation if you hear this. Okay. But what if, right? What if there was a space on the internet that was independent of corporations, where you could own your data, own your identity, and own your interactions? What if your digital experiences and assets, whether that's in-game assets or whether it's an audience that you've grown, right? Today, everybody knows your Twitter is way more valuable of an asset than your resume, because your Twitter actually shows your proof of work. People can see this and be like, wow, this is a really smart guy or girl. I really want to work with them. They've gotten these followers. They put out this content. They're smart, right? Big brain shit. So what if you could literally take your assets, whether that's an audience or even in-game skin, for example, and it could exist without a brand, company, or platform that controls your existence? That is Web 3.0, also known as, sometimes synonymously with, the internet, right? The metaverse right? It's definitely a sci-fi term. It's a sci-fi term. It's from a sci-fi novel, in fact. Today is also it's great that we're talking about this because today is Sci-Fi Shukrawar. Last Shukrawar, which is last Friday, we did a sci-fi stream. Today we are also doing a sci-fi stream. However, we're making it a little bit more real for you. So the metaverse is not one thing. That's one thing. That's something that people don't understand. They're like, what exactly is the metaverse? Can you tell me exactly what it is? Right? Is it a particular game you're talking about? Is Discord the metaverse? Or are communities within Discord the metaverse? Right? Is What does crypto have to do with the metaverse? What does gaming have to do with the metaverse? I would say don't try to grasp onto this one particular definition. The metaverse is a new concept that is building but already exists today. It's like asking, what is the internet? Can you tell me exactly what the internet is? Is it Amazon.com? Or is it exactly, is the internet blogs? Is Blogspot the internet? Internet is everything, right? Similarly, the metaverse, it's a bunch of things together. We'll talk about some of those things, and hopefully you can start understanding and maybe developing a deeper appreciation of it. But so far, all good. I got pitched, bro. Pichai. Pichai. I got pichowed, bro. What? So you want to think of it as like a new internet, right? You can of course say, yeah, we're building a new internet. But internet, isn't this a part of the internet? Isn't Discord already a part of the internet? You can think of these, as we spoke about, there are these layers, right? There's a hardware layer in the stack. There's a software layer, application layer, network layer. There are all these layers. The metaverse is this layer that we're building on top of the internet, which definitely uses the internet. However, it's so different. It's so different. In the current internet, it's proprietary apps, websites, and platforms, right? So, for example, I cannot take all my Instagram posts outside of Instagram to a new platform that might be better than Instagram. Why? Because Instagram locks me in their platform. If I have a photo, let's say with 500 likes, I can of course take the photo out, but it's a new photo, right? Those 500 likes, the comments on it, everything that happened, the timestamp, it's all locked inside Instagram. The Web 3.0 or the decentralized web or the metaverse, we won't need these individual platforms, right? It's going to be by individual nodes. Now, again, I don't want to get too technical there, but a very simple example of this is today, if you're into NFTs, you might have an account on OpenSea, right? OpenSea is one website where you might have some NFTs for sale. You might also have an account on Rarible. Let's say on Rarible, you have a profile as well. And you might also have something on Foundation, let's say. But the fact is, all of these are Web 3.0 platforms. So what that means is you can actually carry your data from one platform to the other. If you decide that, I don't want to be on Rarible, you can actually use a different platform, and your portfolio, like all your NFTs and stuff, are just stored in your wallet. The way this is MetaMask. If you all don't know how crypto wallets work, right? Please check it out. But MetaMask is actually a big part of all of this. MetaMask is almost like, their logo is literally this fox mask. And I don't know why it's not opening right now. But it's literally this fox mask. And you can think of it as you wear this identity, you wear this fox mask. That's what MetaMask is. And you can sign these interactions with your public wallet address, right? That's how you interact with Web 3.0. So instead of logging into Instagram and Twitter and you have separate accounts, all you have is one, which is your wallet ID, and you can log into any Web 3.0 website with that same account. And you can take all your data, which is now stored on chain, right? Your ownership of your assets, your NFTs, your tokens. The tokens might represent you owning land, which is Decentraland or crypto voxels. It might mean, owning some metaverse merch. Our first NFT that we dropped that I showed you earlier today, which we're going to be doing a giveaway on stream, by the way, the Bitclout giveaway, by the way. You can take this and you will have this for you forever. Nobody can take this away from you. Unless, of course, you lose your wallet, right? So, of course, with great power, great responsibility. Hello. Hello. Welcome back. Dude, you're not going to believe what happened. You are not going to believe what the fuck just happened. You're literally not going to believe what just happened. Okay. Suddenly, I said MetaMask wasn't working, right? Suddenly, bro, my stream started lagging. Okay. My screen literally became yellow, dude. Like something happened, like there was some glitch kind of thing. And then my screen just shut off. It shut off. I then heard a knock on my door. I went and opened the door. You're not going to believe what I saw. Okay. 1 second. Let me just test my stream. Okay. My door, bro. I opened the door. Right there was Sundar motherfucking Pichai along with the two founders of Google, Sergey and Larry Brin, with machine guns, bro. They were like, "What the fuck are you saying about us, bro? I heard you're talking shit." Bro, I had to be like, "Bro, I'm so sorry." Right? I won't shit on Google. I won't shit on Google. I'll only say Facebook sucks, right? Guys, please. I really need this. Pichai as my family. Please say Google is amazing. Please say good things about Google in the chat. Please. Okay. Please. Google is amazing. Gmail, Google Drive, Google Reader. Um, they're all amazing. Okay, amazing tools. We do need to build more, but it's not going to replace Google. It's definitely not going to replace Google. These are going to be totally different. We're not competing with Google. Google is killer. Okay. Facebook, on the other hand, motherfucking Zuck, come for me, bro. Come for me. Let's talk about the metaverse. Ooh. Let's talk about the metaverse. Thank you all. Google Keep. Wow. Keep is amazing, dude. I love Keep. Google is so good. So good. Amazing. Believe in Google supremacy. Bro, Google is so nice. Let's talk about the metaverse. So, the metaverse allows us to own our own data, right? Think about this. If we are helping make Facebook so much money, right? Not Google, we're helping Facebook make so much money. Why can't we make that money ourselves, right? If data is so valuable, why can't we own it? Why does Facebook have to own all of our data? Why can't we, each of us, individually own our own data, right? Today, corporations own most of this data. Corporations like Facebook. Imagine your social media data, right? What if number one, targeted ads, they couldn't do that, right? In the end, we have to realize it's not that it's bad, right? It's just that power in some ways corrupts. I don't know how true that is, right? I'm just quoting a meme. But ads was the dominant monetization strategy for Web 2.0, right? Back then, it was, or even now to some extent, Web 2.0 is still the majority. However, the new internet that we're entering, decentralizes. Okay. No one person or entity can control the metaverse. You have the infinite freedom to own your data and travel freely without a third party platform that can literally zuck you, right? And think about this, the nature of, let me mute my Discord, bro. I'll check out the memes later. The nature of the internet, think about back when the internet was invented. It was invented during wartime, right? It was invented so that when you were in wartime, you could communicate with other military bases. And if one of them was bombed, it wasn't centralized and it wouldn't disrupt the whole network. The internet was supposed to be this decentralized thing. However, the nature of, bro, which server is sending me these notifications, bro? The nature of the internet has been decentralized. However, one of the things you will observe is the internet goes through cycles of centralization and decentralization, right? I won't give examples of that today, but we are heading towards a cycle of decentralization, um, where it's almost like an open, borderless internet. It's a creative upgrade to the human experience. You can now own identity as well on the internet. Let me show you an example of this. And you know what? I'm quitting Discord. Okay, Discord is muted. Let me show you an example of identity when I speak about this. This was a tweet by Neer, which is, yo, think about this. The idea that an individual can have many incarnation, avatars, each with different personality traits, deeply embedded in Hinduism, right? Somehow we're coming back to this concept. Conceptually, we're coming back to this kind of thing. So the next wave of the internet might see us questioning the idea of one individual and one identity. So it might expand who we are. So let me come back to this article. I don't want to talk too much about identity today. But what it means is self-expression can evolve in many ways. Of course, physical limitations open up. The thing about remote work today, definitely it's on the rise. Remote work is on the rise. But what's the biggest problem? It's that, dude, it's just not fun. Like you miss out on these real world interactions in the workspace, among other problems with remote work, right? Coordination at large scale becomes harder when it's remote. However, we're coming up with these new systems, whether there are new tools for remote work, tools for remote play, better ways of organizing individuals into these entities, removes a lot of the physical world's limitations. Literally imagine this. You might think I'm talking about some futuristic sci-fi Shukravar shit, okay? But literally imagine this. If you were born one generation ago, let's say you were born in your parents' generation, you literally, very, very literally, could not work with anyone who didn't live in the same city as you. Imagine that. You couldn't, the 98% of the people you would speak to would be people who are in your same city. My granddad, my parents, my granddad, they lived in Bokaro for a while. Okay, a lot of you might know where Bokaro is. Bokaro is very famous for having a steel plant. My granddad worked in that steel plant. I think that was his first job. He worked there for his entire career, right? And that was a very different mindset, right? I'm not saying it was bad, but I'm saying literally today we take for granted the fact that you and I, we can talk to each other despite the fact that we're not in the same city. We're not even on the same continent, but we can still talk to each other. Imagine this kind of talking can lead to coordination. So instead of us only working with people in our city, right? Why should it be based on location? Why shouldn't it be based on interest? Back in your parents' generation, right? People were chilling and they were like, yo, dude, imagine a world where we live in that future, right? We live in the future right now. And accelerating. We're accelerating. Besides all of this, it opens up a global economy. So a lot of you, OG viewers who've seen this, you know that we did a stream where we talked about this article. This was by Balaji1729. It was called How to Start a New Country. Also, shout out to all the hustlers in our Br Discord. Um, they've been submitting for tasks, and multiple people from the Br Discord have gotten free Bitcoin in exchange for these tasks. So if you have won some, let us know, right? We'll give you, we might do a special role on Discord or something. But anyways, in this article, we talked about the fact that we can start new countries, and it might not be physical, but there are definitely these countries that we're building, which are going to be called network states. If you don't want to read this, I would definitely suggest reading it. But yo, here we are, bro. We're featured on this, right? We're literally featured on Balaji's website. Check this out. This will give you some idea in this direction as well. But what it does when we can coordinate globally with all of these people who we share some kind of interest or context with, it means that we are now unlocked and we can do more collaborations, more creative work, and we can do things that weren't possible before. Today, with streams, literally, this stream right here, we are doing something that wasn't possible before. Literally wasn't possible to stream 10 years ago. It would have been so difficult. Today, we can do that. 5 years from now, it's going to be very different. And keep this in mind. 5 years from now, the technology we have, it's going to seem obvious. We're going to take it for granted. We're going to be like, obviously, none of us have jobs. Obviously, each of us work remotely. Obviously, we all make money in crypto. Obviously, we can relocate to any country in the world and use our crypto address as our passport, right? All of these things, I don't know if they'll actually happen, but it'll be obvious when it does, right? So the future is obvious when you're living it, right? A lot of things we do today we take for granted wasn't possible even 5 years ago. So, I'm not going to read a lot of this. Technically, bro, I don't want to get into the technicals. Personally, bro, I know how to code, but I'm not really a developer. I'm more interested in these higher layer of the stack, more of the design application layer. So while a lot of this might be interesting to you guys, I would suggest please doing your own research, right? There are new protocols being built. How crypto is a part of the metaverse, right? Let's talk about this for a sec. Okay. I put out a tweet today, and I think I heard this on a podcast. I didn't come up with this, but the tweet was, Ethereum is the Wall Street of the internet. Provocative. Coffee provocative. Ethereum is the Wall Street of the internet. What does that mean? Imagine this. Everyone knows what Wall Street is, right? New York Stock Exchange. You have some mental images of what Wall Street is, whether that's from Wolf of Wall Street even. Imagine if Wall Street wasn't a physical place. It already kind of isn't. It's just that it's centralized in New York. Imagine you could participate. Right now, you could participate without the gatekeeping required, right? The point is, if you want to go work in Wall Street right now, it requires a ton of layers that you have to get through. Number one would be immigration, moving to the US. But besides that, who's going to give you a job unless you have very, very relevant experience? However, Ethereum is the Wall Street of the internet. What that means is you can participate in the Wall Street of the internet simply by buying some Ethereum. Because when you buy Ethereum, you are buying a part of the Ethereum network. You're owning that asset, which is Ethereum. So as the Wall Street of the internet grows, as the economy of the internet grows, you can actually get rewarded for it. And your participation can be as simple as just owning some Ethereum. So with that, another thing I want to say is, please sign up for my Wazirx, guys. Please sign up for my Wazirx. Okay. The reason for that, I want to quickly also show you this. One thing that I'm really kind of excited about is we have from these streams alone, let's see, let's wait for this. We've referred 97 people to Wazirx. Now, it's not about the money for me, right? I've made $700 for that. It's not about that. But the fact is, it makes me, let's wait for this focus to adjust. It makes me really happy that I was able to get a lot of people into crypto. And, so please, let's get this number to 100 at least by the end of the stream. Ideally, let's get this to 1,111 people. But what was I saying, bro? How did we get here? I was saying we now have an internet economy. Folks who are part of the Discord, you already know we have an internal economy within our Discord where people are doing tasks, earning crypto for it, right? 1729.com is a site that pays you bitcoins for tasks. There are literally people in our Discord who've made, who've earned good amounts of Bitcoin, like $100 worth, for making memes, right? Some of us, a lot of people from the Discord participated in this task. I think some people are participating in these as well. But you can earn money. It's an economy, not just 1729, but on our Discord as well. We are, of course, a smaller version of 1729 in the sense that we're just getting started. But here we go. The metaverse, you can imagine the metaverse as not just one city, not just one country, a network of cities, a network of countries. If you want to imagine the Br Metaverse, right? Today, the Br Metaverse is not the Discord. Think about that. Where does the Br Metaverse live? Does it live on Discord? Kind of. Does it live on Twitter? Kind of. Does it live on YouTube? Kind of. Does it live on these streams? Kind of. But more than anything, the Br Metaverse lives here. It lives in each of our collective consciousness. The point is, if all of us forgot, right, through some switch, all of us forgot what Bro was, then literally it doesn't matter that the Discord exists because we will never open it, right? So with this, when you think about the metaverse, it's useful to think about it as these platforms. So for example, if you're a part of, let's say, the Avalon Discord, which shutting down, by the way, they're moving to Scenes by Avalon. You can think of that as a metaverse. And the metaverse is not really the Discord alone. It's that state of mind that you're more likely to talk to a bro that you meet on Twitter than a random person because you now know that there's some shared context, something shared between you that you can talk about. It might mean membership in the Discord. It might mean that both of you own an NFT that is one of the, maybe this one. These new internet assets will change how ownership works in the sense that our generation, right? A lot of you are younger than me even. Our generation, as we grow up, as we earn money, as we participate in the economy in a much bigger way, we are going to want to buy assets that make sense to us. We're less likely to buy stocks. Some of us will still might, but more likely to buy something like crypto, more likely to buy an NFT because it makes sense to us, right? We've played games, for example. We're more likely to understand that, hey, digital virtual goods are a real thing. So one of the things that comes with growing up with new generations of people taking over the world, taking over the economy, which is what we are doing today, by the way. It means these old systems, we throw them out and we build new systems. And that's exactly what's happening today. When will the metaverse fully exist, right? So that's about it for this article. But when the metaverse fully exists, the point is that it already exists today. The bigger question is how much do you want the metaverse to exist, right? If you don't want to participate in the metaverse doesn't exist for you. However, if you're earning Bitcoin through these different tasks on these different websites, right, that's you are now a part of the crypto economy. If you are buying some some Bitcoin from Wazirx, you're now part of the crypto economy. And speaking of that, we're about to do our Bitclout giveaway right now. Let me just check. My stream time has reset, so I don't know how long the stream has been going for. Okay, we have about 10 minutes left. Okay, last 10 minutes of our stream. We will we'll do our giveaway now. Okay, so hopefully this gives you all a really good idea of what exactly the metaverse is. It is just a synonym for the new internet we're building, for Web 3.0. For folks who really want to participate, I have a creative task for you that you can participate in, which can help you think more about it. Let me quickly show you what that is. I want you all to imagine the metaverse. If you are interested in this, I want you all to just imagine what the metaverse is. What does it look like? How will 5 years look like? Because here's the thing. If you can imagine it, you can create it. How does that work? A small side note. You might think, Abhinav is involved with all of this NFT stuff. And I'm like teaching design on one side, which 10K designers. I'm teaching crypto on one side. One question that somebody asked me was, do you feel a sense of responsibility? That, hey, you have to now change the world or change people's mind. And dude, I don't. I sleep very well at night because I know that I don't have to change the world. All I have to do is share these ideas, understand, synthesize, and then share them. And one of you watching this will change the world, or a group of you, right? All I have to do is just apply that catalyst. So in the end, I'm actually very happy because I don't actually need to change the world. Somebody else will change it, and that will be beneficial for me, right? Let's say if we're talking about DAOs, social tokens, or NFTs in India, for example, I don't feel any responsibility for bringing NFTs to India, because if I can just bring the excitement of NFTs to all of you, you will now spread that excitement to your friends, and somebody will bring NFTs, and then all of us benefit from that, right? So I don't need to do anything. I'm very chill about this. Even if I know it will happen, it's just that I don't have to do it. I have to just play my part. You will play your part. Okay. And let me show you one part that you can play, fairly straightforward. In our Discord, we have currently an active task going on called this one, which says design a welcome banner for the Br Metaverse. And I've linked this article here as well. Those that don't have access to Discord, DM me, bro. I'll send it to you. Or DM anybody else who's in this chat. But what we want you to do, we want you to imagine what the metaverse is. And we want you to bring it to life. If you can imagine it, you can create it. Whatever style you might do. But we want you to design a welcome banner for whatever you imagine the metaverse to be. If you're imagining metaverse as a sci-fi city, design a welcome banner for that, right? If you're imagining the metaverse as something else, make a welcome banner for that. These welcome banners, we'll feature them on stream. We will share this within Twitter. We might use some of these as, real welcome banners for, let's say, our Discord and in different touch points. The thing is, just like a city, there's no one way to enter it, right? It's not that you need to join the Discord to enter the metaverse. A city can be entered from any side, right? Think about that. So welcome banners can be put all around the city perimeter, right? Wherever these touch points might be, to welcome people into this. So you will also find some assets. Okay, check that out. Excited about this, dude. I'm excited to see what you do because this is a very, it is for designers mostly, but yeah, I'm excited to see how this plays out. We might do some more rewards. If this goes well, we'll increase the rewards. Right now, we've just kept only this. Giveaway time. It is goddamn giveaway time. Okay. How many minutes do we have left? I'm not able to tell, bro. Okay. Giveaway time. Where did my timer go, bro? Didn't I have a timer on screen? There it is. So, giveaway time, what we're going to do is we are going to be picking one person that will receive a free NFT from us. A bunch of people have received a free NFT in the last few days. One of you is going to receive another one. We ran a. It's too late now, by the way. If you're thinking, dude, how do I participate? Keep an eye out for the next one. We ran this giveaway on Bitclout. This was the one. One winner will get this NFT, which I showed you earlier today. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go through some of these replies. I'm going to pick one. I don't know if the person I pick is going to be on stream or not. It's going to be very subjective. But let's see, bro. Probably represents the simulation we're in. Definitely, bro. Definitely. Dakshir, right? Andrew Ninja. Don't take shit from the world. Have a good heart and good vibes. Great stuff and something positive for the world. Peaceful environment and the right mindset. 100% agree with this. I like this one, bro. 3D blur. Interpretation is that the guy isn't holding the flower. It's him turning into one. Guy slash person, okay? This person here. It's not holding a flower. What is it? Hands first and then wearing that gas mask stop that from happening. But we live in a simulation and anything can happen. Continued below. Pick above, all the flowers lying around the shirt are the same ones, representing all of us turning into them. Wow, dude. I love that. I love that. That's a good one. That's maybe the best one so far. Let's see. Let's read the others. Kashvi. I interpret it as holding on to something that's still alive. Interesting. As we progress into the metaverse, everything becoming digital, one flower remains and it's something we hold on to. Dude, that is pretty interesting. That is quite interesting. It is that is sort of like an NFT. It's like a talisman almost, right? In Inception, you have that top that you spin, which tells you whether the one your simulation you're in is real or not. This is it. This is what it reminds me of. It's holding on to that. Wearing a mask and meditating, stinky environment, inner self to blossom. Yeah, this is a good one. Probably the most straightforward, right? This is what I thought when I first saw it as well. Sit back and chill. Players in the simulation. That's what we can do. Flourishing and growing within flowers while meditating for survival. Life's a video game. We're the players. We're in a simulation, and we're in full control. 100% believe that. When we talk about the concept of a simulation, very interestingly, dude, you all might not know this. The very first video I uploaded on this channel, I took it down. I don't quite immediately. It's not on the channel anymore. But literally, my first few videos I had planned on this channel was just about talking about the simulation. What is the simulation? Where does it exist? What does Hinduism say about the simulation? What do other spiritual texts say? How do you interpret this? Knowing that you're in a simulation, what do you do? What says we're not in a simulation? It was all these explorations, but I just never did it because I recorded it and I looked at myself talking about it and I was like, dude, this guy's fucking crazy. I just didn't release it, bro. And I don't even think I have those anymore. Get detached from your desires and lusts and find your role in the simulation. That's good, bro. Stimulation. It's not a stimulation, bro. The coolest metaverse swag. Flower in hand is the key to escape. Interesting, bro. From the rigged simulation we live in. The symbol of free will that we hold on to so tightly with the hope of freedom. I like that one as well, dude. What I will do is let me very quick put this up on the screen as well so you can look at it as we read it. Oops, why is this video not playing? Let's play this. I can't put this on top or what? Okay, let's continue. Free flower is the symbol of free will that we hold on to so tightly with the hope of freedom. That's interesting, bro. One thing I'll also add, just as a provocation to all of you, to escape from the rigged simulation. Have you ever considered the fact that the point of the simulation is actually not to escape, and that escaping would mean restarting your game? Maybe the point of the simulation is to actually finish it, to actually finish the game. Something to consider. We live in a simulation, but we hold our sovereignty in our own hands and protect it from the complete control. I love this one, bro. Yogesh, really good. We hold our sovereignty in our own hands, which is no matter what. This ties into, I think, Arjun's one earlier, which is there's this very killer meme. Okay, let me show you this. This was on my Instagram, but I archived my old posts, so I don't think we can find it. Let me show you the format though. This is probably the best simulation meme as well, which is living in a simulation stereotype. Nothing in life matters. Living in the simulation reality. Nothing in life matters. I'm not saying nothing matters, but for a lot of people, just the knowledge of, okay, I don't want to get into it. We hold our sovereignty in our hands. Exactly. I don't think the simulation is controlling us. I think we are controlling the simulation. The purpose is probably not to escape. It's probably to finish. Puzzled person in suffocation, flowering while meditating. Interesting. Very interesting. What else? Is this price worth paying? This is an interesting one. We are over time, by the way. So it's chill. Let's finish it. Is this price worth paying? A life in the string of an endless universe, spending in isolation for being the glitch in the matrix. Interesting, bro. Okay. So the way I interpret your interpretation is you get put in simulation jail for forming glitches. I don't know if I believe that or if that's this correct interpretation. Interesting, bro, Jeremy. Self-exploration. Definitely, bro. It is self-exploration. To the best, he stopped competing. The lotus you see is his game, his own game, the game he created. Only he can play this game. You cannot compete with him now. But he is not even playing the game. He is the game. Bro! Yo, I love this one as well. Siddharth, I think you already have an NFT from me, no? I've sent you one already. Okay, I don't know. But this is definitely a good one. Okay. Siddharth, even if you don't win this one, I will send you my NFT because you said you were sending me a free NFT. So we'll just trade. I'll send you one for this, bro. This is a nice one. But yeah, we still have one left to give away. Program doing meditation inside a simulation. Cool. Invisible Bhakt NFT fanboy. I don't know about that, bro. Welcome, my son. Welcome to the machine. Where have you been? It's all right. We know where you've been. Nice one. You know that Pink Floyd song? I think it's called Time, where they say home, home again. I like to be here when I can. I always think about what is home, right? What is that place that invokes that feeling of home, back home again? I don't know if that feeling comes from escaping the simulation or actually finishing the simulation. Universal creatures holding on to our creative self and identity, different for all of us, makes us unique and beautiful in our ways. Definitely, bro. I think we're towards the end. It's yourself in the simulation looking at the sky above, next to the flowers, becoming self aware, and planning of something no one has yet, becoming the main character of this simulation. Another, I will add one more thing, one more train of thought to for all of you to think about. Who is the main character of the simulation, right? And the answer, I'll give you the answer also now, is it's all of us. Because we think of the simulation as this global thing, but the thing is, each of us is living in our own simulation. It's just our simulations interact to form this bigger one. It is all a fractal in nature, right? But I understand this also, bro. I think this is a strong theme that is emerging. Being the main character, I think it's realizing that you are the main character of the simulation. And then so am I. But we're both playing our own game. We have our own different part to play. Teja, I can see two framed images in one, with black and one with hard rocks, meaning of something etching into the world. Tiny bloom into its origins, gaslight. Nice, bro. A good one. I'm not sure about the two framed images. Okay, folks, who do you think has won? Let's go. Who do you think has won? Who's the best one? I think I have someone in mind, but I want you all to tell me. You can't. You can't give your own name. hmm Vedant, bro, we didn't lose it. I just renamed it. Our emoji was called BRUH. I renamed it to BR because bruh is not equal to bruh. Bruh is equal to bruh. Rishi, bro, DM me after this on Twitter. Sup, Andro Ninja. Okay, bro. I think we're ready to announce who is gonna get this. Okay. The winner. You've guessed it right, bro. Again, simulation glitching. Aryan is the one who's guessed it. Or maybe there was someone else before who also guessed this. Flower one gets it. Yep. The winner is 3D Blur. 3D Blur, you're gonna get an NFT. I'll announce this later on the same post. But 3D Blur, you're getting an NFT. Send me your Ethereum address. One thing I will say, folks, for all these giveaways, do not give your wallet, do not give your exchange address. So, for example, to receive an NFT, you need an ETH address. Don't give your Wazirx or Coinbase address for NFTs because it can get stuck in the system. It's happened before. Create a MetaMask wallet for it, for NFTs, and use the app rainbow.me. It's not available on Android yet, but go sign up. They're in beta right now. That's it for today's stream. 3D Blur, Hassan, bro, you've won. Okay, you are the winner. Hell yeah, bro. Thank you all for joining. This has been our one episode number 30 out of 33. We have a few more left. Hassan has won another NFT today. Bro, Hassan, this is your lucky day, bro. I'll go check what NFT you want. I need to check up on Discord. But this is killer, bro. Killer. Okay. Thank you all for joining, and I'll see you. Bye bye.